Eccoci in un nuovo video sulle anteprime della Gamescom 2024. Chi non conosce Shadow of the Colossus alzi la mano. Amici e amiche appassionati di VR e videogiochi, è arrivato il momento di parlarvi della nostra anteprima di Behemoth. Dispersi nelle Forsaken Lands, padroni di un potere a noi sconosciuto, affronteremo terribili creature e scaleremo potentissimi Behemoth. Oltre alle nostre prime impressioni, però, abbiamo avuto modo anche di registrare una breve intervista con le persone dietro al gioco, per non farvi mancare proprio nulla. Ren è un protagonista afflitto da una maledizione che gli ha tolto la memoria, ma gli ha conferito abilità sovrannaturali. Salvato da una figura misteriosa, Ren viene incaricato di liberare le terre desolate dai Behemoth, enormi creature che seminano terrore nel mondo. Durante la sua avventura riceveremo indicazioni criptiche da una figura enigmatica che sembra conoscere il nostro passato, ma ci rivela solo informazioni parziali. Ma come si gioca controller alla mano? Se avete confidenza con i precedenti giochi di Skydance come Saints and Sinners e Retribution, vi troverete subito a casa. La pesantezza e l'inerzia degli oggetti è molto simile a ciò che abbiamo già visto e sperimentato con successo. In questo caso è chiaro che abbiano deciso di asciugare però all'osso le meccaniche di looting e crafting, per rendere il gioco adatto a un più ampio spettro di utenti. Durante i combattimenti ci ritroveremo quasi sempre armati fino ai denti: spade, pugnali, asce, il nostro grappino per sbilanciare i nemici e il potere sovrannaturale attivabile all'occorrenza. Nei 30 minuti a disposizione non sono riuscito a masterare bene il sistema di parry e parata per poter avere qualcosa di spettacolare e pulito come si vede nei trailer. Il melee in VR solitamente non funziona molto bene e anche qui bisognerà prenderci la mano per capire bene le hitbox dei nemici, dove parare, come e quando, altrimenti si rischia di combattere come con una paletta per mosche, cercando un po' a caso di concludere il combattimento. Tecnicamente si difende bene, anche se è chiaro che il gioco sia pensato per girare su Quest, e anche se la nostra prova è stata fatta su PS5 è stato evidente che ci sarebbe stato margine per spingere ancora più in alto. Ma tornando al gioco, il succo del prodotto come in Shadow of the Colossus era affrontare le giganti creature che dominano il regno maledetto. Abbiamo avuto modo di sfidare due Behemoth, quello con la pala d'acciaio e un altro altissimo che ci ha impegnato pesantemente tra scalate, grappling e salti nel buio. I giganti risultano divertenti ma forse un po' faticosi, e una volta perso il focus, come succedeva poi anche in Shadow of the Colossus, meglio prendere una pausa e riprovarci a mente lucida. L'occhio naturalmente vuole e si prende la sua parte, i panorami e la maestosità delle creature fanno la loro parte nel tenervi attaccati a questa avventura. Non abbiamo però provato ovviamente la build definitiva, quindi qualcosa di un po' più ripulito durante le scalate per evitare di farci perdere tempo sarebbe necessario prima dell'uscita. Utile anche il salvataggio a checkpoint per evitare di dover riscalare i Behemoth totalmente da capo in caso di caduta accidentale. Senza entrare troppo nel merito di tutto, per lasciarvi ancora qualche sorpresa, vi invito ora a vedervi l'intervista con Sean Kittelsen, Creative Senior Vice President per Skydance Interactive. Ciao a tutti amici di GameCult, siamo qui con Sean, Vice President di Skydance per il gioco Behemoth. Siamo qui alla Gamescom 2024 e faremo una breve intervista per capire bene il gioco, quali cose ci riserverà in uscita a novembre. So, hi Sean, how are you doing?
Great.
So, tell me something about the game. When you started to develop this game, before Saints and Sinners 2, or you started to think about after the release of the game?
After Saints and Sinners 1, but there was some overlap with Chapter 2, Retribution, where the team was already putting the bones together of what would become Behemoth. And there was a lot of feedback that we got from players on the Saints and Sinners games that informed what we wanted to do with Behemoth. There was some overlap, yeah.
The inspiration is quite clear, looking like something Shadow of the Colossus. Is just my opinion, or is it true some of you is fan of Shadow of the Colossus?
Oh, Shadow of the Colossus is like a top 5 game for probably half the people on our team. So, yeah. Absolutely a source of inspiration.
How important was it for you to have already worked on a melee combat with Retribution? Because they look quite similar, and I saw the stamina and something else you grabbed for the game.
Sure, I mean there's a lot of systems that we took from Saints and Sinners and we built on them. The biggest difference between the systems in Saints and Sinners and what we have in Skydance's Behemoth is really the genre of the game. So Saints and Sinners, that is a survival horror, scavenging, looting, crafting is so important. You're going to spend a lot of time managing your resources, managing your hunger. This, we wanted to simplify, what resources you need, simplify what you're managing in terms of your character, give you generous refresh on your stamina, and overall fit an action-adventure genre much better, where things move faster, players expect more action, more speed, and we want to keep players on the move, keep them going forward, because they're on the hunt. So you don't really have a lot of time to just sit back and build all these different, or craft all these different items. You want to get back in the fight. So you want to know, like, I've got my sword, I've upgraded my sword, let's go get some more kills.
Yes, that's why. In fact, survival and crafting is not a game for everyone, especially in VR. So a lot of us is love of straight storyline games. So how much time we think it will take to finish the game?
Campaign is probably going to take a lot of people about 12 hours. We've had playtesters go up to 18 hours, and someone's going to speedrun it. I don't know how fast they'll be able to, but I'm pretty sure that a speedrun will not include picking up all of the items, upgrading all of the weapons, all of that. But yeah, most players should expect at least a meaty 12-hour campaign experience. It's wide, it's a linear campaign, but there are areas that you can explore that are optional. And then after you finish an area and you go back to the main hub where you can forge your weapons and get back out into the fight, you can always go back to some place that you visited before. The door doesn't close behind you. You never have to go back. It's not a Metroidvania. But if you're the completionist and you feel that little itch, I wish I had gone and climbed that tower. I bet there was something cool up there. There probably was, and you can go back there. And we have fast travel as well to help enable that.
That's good. Fast travel, it's a good thing. So, and how many colossus, let's say Behemoth, we can expect to defeat? 10, 15, what you can say?
Definitely not 10. There's a lot that goes into these. So we have fewer behemoths in the game than Shadow of the Colossus has Colossi. But there is also a lot more in between the behemoths that's different from Shadow of the Colossus. So in addition to Shadow of the Colossus, obviously there's a lot we're pulling from Saints and Sinners that we learned. We're also big fans of action combat games, a lot of From Software fans and Souls-like fans on the team, a lot of fans of melee combat and all sorts of areas. So a lot of God of War fans on the team, folks who've worked on God of War, folks who've worked on Uncharted. So we're really fusing all that together into something that, although it takes inspiration from Shadow of the Colossus, it's very much a different action-adventure game. And you'll have moments where you're like, this is exactly what I wanted from Shadow of the Colossus in VR, but you also have moments where you're like, oh, I feel like Kratos. So you get it all.
So the game will be released in November, immediately with Quest 3 and PSVR 2 and PC VR.
And Quest 2.
That's a good news. I didn't know this. Okay, also on Quest 2. And so how much was the compromise to make this game, with such a big scale, playable in such a standalone device?
Nothing of substance changes between the different versions of the game. So the behemoths are always as big, the challenges are always as thrilling, and the levels are not cut or abbreviated at all. So you get the full combat experience, the full exploration experience. The only thing that changes is graphical fidelity, and on PSVR 2 you have the addition of headset haptics and the things that you can do with the Sense controllers. Yeah.
That's a good news. Okay, thanks, Sean. I think that's for Behemoth is everything, and so we can wait to see you playing in November 14th. Okay, thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sean.